So this is my audience. I got actually 6 people this time instead of 3 like last time. Everyone say hello.
Hi. Hi.
Okay. Hey, how's it going? My name's Philip Music. I'm going to brief you guys today on how to wax a snowboard. That is something I like to do because I love to go snowboarding. So I'm going to show you how to do it. My wonderful crowd here is not going to laugh at me too much. I hope not. So anyway, the first thing we need to do is get everything we need to gather all the tools to take care of what we're going to do today. So here's my snowboard. This is what we're going to be waxing. I took my bindings off so it sits easier on the ironing board. Makes it a smoother surface, level surface. So board is the first thing. Then you need, bear with me, your iron. This is specifically made for waxing a snowboard. As you can see, there's no holes in it, so your wax doesn't drip into it. And basically, you just hold it and drip the wax off, and I'll show you that in a minute. So here's the iron. Here's the scraper. It's really just a piece of plastic that they overcharge you for. It's like $8 for a hard piece of plastic. And all I'm going to do with this is scrape wax off. Okay, so then this is the actual wax. This is what I use, 1Ball J. It's just regular old wax. This is actually white chocolate scented, which is awesome. Makes me want to eat it. But and basically, yeah, I'll just melt this over the board and apply it, and then go from there. And then last is your green Brillo pads. They make brushes, and you can actually buy, they're like horsehair brushes, the same thing you'd use to shine your boots. And you can do the same thing, but these are like 80% cheaper. So I just use these, and they work really well. So the first thing you want to do, and for time reasons, I'm not actually going to do it, I'm going to show you. But the first thing you're going to want to do is take your scraper and actually rub off the excess wax, which I'm not going to get much, but you can. And the wax will come off. You can't really see much, but so you'll take it and you'll off the sides. It doesn't matter how you do it. I usually just go from the middle, work my way out, scrape all the wax off, and then I do turn around and scrape the other way. Scrape all the excess wax off, and then clear it all off the board. So clean your board off. You can use what is it? Alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You can use rubbing alcohol to spray down and wipe your board off to get it completely clean, but you don't really have to because you're just going to put wax right back on it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So first you'll scrape all the wax off. Then you'll take your wax and your iron, and you'll actually hold your iron up and put your wax against your iron, and what will happen is the wax will get turned to liquid. Obviously it'll melt, and then you just drip. Right? So I start on either end, tail or nose, doesn't matter, and then you drip in a pattern. I do figure 8. Up, back and forth, right? So you'll drip all the wax. You'll keep your wax drops pretty evenly spaced back and forth from nose to tail, and you'll just make sure that you have good coverage so when you move to the next step, which is actually taking your iron and ironing on the wax that you just dripped. So what will happen is your iron will be at a certain temperature. You can set it depending on the wax. Or certain waxes are rated for certain temperatures, so you can actually turn your iron up or down depending on the wax, so you don't overheat it and burn the wax off. So what will happen is you'll actually iron in the wax. I do circular motion. Just go all around the board, doesn't matter how. All you want to do is make sure that you take your wax and you get a nice even coat on it. Now you're going to see your wax build up. You'll actually see build up all across your board. It looks almost like, I don't know, it's weird. I mean, you can just tell. So you get done doing that. You set your iron off. Obviously it's going to be hot. So then you take your scraper again. After 30 minutes, you let it dry for 30 minutes, right? So you set it, you go do whatever, smoke a cigarette, do whatever. You come back 30 minutes later, then you take your scraper again, and you go back over it. So again, I work from the inside out. scrape, scrape, scrape. However, it doesn't really matter as long as you get off all the excess wax. Now, you don't want to push too hard and take off all the wax, because then you're just setting yourself up for failure. So take off as much wax as you can without being overly, what's the word? And I lost it. Over applying it. Like, don't be too hard on it. Be nice and gentle. So you scrape all the wax off. You're going to have a mess, by the way. That's why I haven't done it yet either. And then you'll take your Brillo pads and basically you'll sand it. So you'll sand like you would a piece of wood. So you'll go over it. I do circles. And then when I get to my tail, I usually round it off. When I get to my nose, I usually round it off. So I'll round it to get good grooves. I've also seen that you just split your board long ways. Instead of wide, you split it long, and then you actually just pull down on one side and up on the other, and then down on one side and up on the other. I've heard that. I've never done it. I don't know if it works, but maybe I'll give it a try sometime. And then you always want to pull, if you are going to do that, also you got to pull it out away from the middle of the board. So you don't want to have it going inside and then just pick up in the middle of the board, because what you'll do is you'll have buildup, and that won't create a smooth surface, so you won't have a good contact surface with the snow. And the whole point of it is to go fast, speed, you know, the fun stuff. So basically, that's all there is to it. Is there anything else? I didn't miss anything. So yeah, that's how you wax a snowboard. It's cheaper to do it yourself, and you can do it as many times as you want, over and over and over and over again, to get a smoother and smoother surface, to go faster and faster. So yeah, that's how you would do it. That's how I do it, and it works for me. So anyway, that's my demonstration on how to wax a snowboard.